Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Football United TV and the Premier League Weekend Show. Yes, people, welcome back to Football United TV and the Premier League Weekend Show. Sorry, Lauren's not on today. It's actually my fault. Should have done it yesterday. I couldn't make it. So we're doing it today, and we will be back again Thursday to talk about Wednesdays and Thursdays Premier League games because it is coming in thick and fast for December, same as the spooking cold because it's freezing out there.
It is. It's not nice.
How you doing, Talk? You all right? You keeping warm, mate?
Yes, of course I am. Yeah, I'm a bit worried about putting the eating on the other sides of the bills, mate. Have you seen the way they've gone up, man? You're like, yeah, what's the crack? I'm only joking. But no, listen. Energy's costing a lot of money now, honestly. It really is. It's, oh, sorry. I think I might just have to let the cat out. Sorry, 1 second.
The cat wants to go out. You're too cold. You want to stay in. Cats, they got the fur. That's what it is. Maybe, Talk, you want to skin your cat, get a Dr. Evil cat, keep the fur, put it over yourself. Happy days. Saving the environment as well. Charlie, how are you doing, mate? You all right?
I'm not bad, mate. You?
Yeah, not too bad. Snowy day for you at City yesterday, wasn't it, eh?
Yeah, freezing cold. I don't have to worry about the bills, so I can put on the heater whenever I want. So Happy days.
No immersion worries for Charlie, but definitely cat worries for Talk.
Did you say immersion? Oh, mate, just looking at the say something there. You took me right back to being a kid there. I'll tell you what, in our house, yeah, around our way, when I was a kid, but Mum, it's freezing. I need a bath. Right. I put the immersion heater on for 10 minutes. You'd be like, what? Honestly, you'd get about 15 minutes if you was lucky of the immersion being on for the big water tank. You'd run the bath. Oh, mate.
So, yeah, I remember. Yeah, this is a good. When you said bath, good point, because I remember watching the Royal Family, and he makes a joke. They're like, "Do you remember where were you when JFK got assassinated?" And he says, "I don't know where I was, but I'm bloody sure the immersion was on." You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Jim Royal.
Yeah,
Jim. Oh, they tell you what, Babs. Bloody hell, Babs. Oh, mate. No, listen. Yeah, them days as a kid coming in from the snow, you didn't feel the cold when you was a kid until you got in. That's when you felt the cold. When you got home, you get in, and you're like, oh yeah, I'll get a hot bath. Oh, man, you get a tepid bath in about 6 inches of water. You have to make it quick. Then you get out and you got a cold, damp towel because, like, my sister had probably done her hair or something, and it's all wet and cold. It's horrible, mate. Horrible. So now, I always make sure when I'm having a shower, because I don't really have a bath, that towel radiator is on always when I'm in that ensuite, mate. Happy days.
Got to make sure you're warm, haven't you? And keeping warm though in the Premier League, Arsenal certainly did that with another victory over Newcastle. Everybody, great result from them. Saka bagging a goal, great goal from Martinelli as well on the volley over the head of the defence. Brilliant goal. What do you make, Talk, of this game? And seeing as we've got Arsenal coming up, haven't we? Man United on Thursday. Could be a tough game, couldn't it?
I don't know. I'm not too concerned about Arsenal, if I'm honest with you. I just think, like with Newcastle, they're transitioning, new manager, blah blah blah. I think it was his first game actually in the stand for one. So, it's one of them. I mean, the problems are still evidently there for Newcastle, but it's going to take him a good few games to actually start to make some kind of better impact upon these players to get them, having them with better performances. But I mean, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced yet with Arsenal that they're going to be any real threat, especially to us in terms of where we finish at the end of the season. think they're still going to be below us. But it did say at the start of the season that they will be, with Leeds, around the 5th and 6th spot, and I stick to that. But we will finish above them, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, what about Newcastle here, Charlie, as well? I mean, they've got to get a win under their belt, haven't they, really? It's quite desperate from Newcastle, seeing as they have the new ownership, new manager. And I know Eddie Howe said today on a broadcast on radio that it's difficult at the moment with what's going on and the fact that they might not be able to buy players in January. It's worrying, is it not, for them at the moment?
Yeah, definitely. So far this season, the only team in the whole top 4 divisions, Premier League, Championship, League One, and League Two, not to win a game yet. Next up, they've got Norwich tomorrow night. Normally, you'd say that should be a win, but Norwich go into that game winning the last 2. So I'm not sure about Newcastle at the minute. Of course, the richest club in the world at the moment, bottom of the Premier League.
Yes, bottom of the Premier League talk. Richest club in the world.
I know. I mean, but like I said, you have to take into account, how they've all of a sudden now become the richest club. The manager's gone, new manager comes in. It's still too early days yet for me to start making any judgments upon Newcastle and Eddie Howe in what kind of role he's going to have there. I think I would say maybe in the next 5 to 6 games, then we can start to really judge him. Because if you look at well, we're going to come to that game, so I won't say it. But yeah, anyway, that's what I'm saying.
I want to know what you're going to say now. Oh, damn you!
You'll have to wait.
I'll have to wait. Okay, well, unfortunately, then we're going to have to talk about a team that we don't like to talk about too much. I'm pretty sure Charlie doesn't mind. Liverpool winning 4-0 against Southampton.
I'm not sure if I don't mind.
Well, go on in, Charlie. What did you think about the game?
I thought Liverpool deserved to win. Clearly, Diogo Jota scoring 2. They're now 3rd in the Premier League, I believe, after all the weekend's fixtures. Another goal for Thiago as well after that good goal against Porto in the Champions League. Van Dijk scoring against his former club as well. But looking at some of the stats, Southampton had periods in the game, but of course Liverpool made it count, and they're rarely beaten at Anfield, let's be honest.
Yeah, I know. And tell you what, though, Diogo Jota talk, he's having a terrific time at Liverpool, isn't he? 40 million, I think it was, wasn't it, from Wolves? So a good buy for them. And he's pushed, I think he pushed Firmino out of the team. So that shows you, I think, now that there's a bit of competition, and I think it makes people up their game a little bit.
Well, yeah, and listen, he's going to have to up his game for the January when it comes to the AFCON, because they're going to be missing Mane, they're going to be missing Matip, Salah, so he's going to have to step up and slot into that role. So we may see more of him in the games before then, because Klopp's going to have to get him up to speed, ready, because you don't want him to come off the bench cold, So it's it's like Charlie says. I mean, it's Liverpool, they're playing well at the moment. Got some decent players, but I still don't believe they've got enough in the depth to go on and take the league. I just don't see it. I really don't. And I think these congested fixtures lists that we're going to see coming up, I think that's where they're going to come a cropper. Whereas Manchester City, it's, and for me as well. If you could watch Manchester City alongside Liverpool when Liverpool win a Manchester City win, I would say it always looks easier for Manchester City than it does Liverpool. Even though Southampton did kind of help Liverpool somewhat because they weren't great, let's have it right. But I do believe Ralph Hasenhüttl is a good manager. I do believe that. I just think he's working with a bunch of players there that is not maybe the best sort of group, of players in terms of cohesion as a team. I think he needs some new fresh faces in there if he's going to make his plan work. But I think, for me, it's still Manchester City's league to give away, even though they're not at the top of the league as it stands. They're about, what are you, a point behind or something?
Oh, yeah, a point behind after Chelsea drew.
A point behind, with the best squad in the league, with the best manager in the league, with the best record in the league, with the best Sorry, not the best, but the most amount of experience in the league as it stands in recent years. So I can't see how anybody can say that City aren't going to win it. It's crazy.
Do you think Liverpool got a good chance of winning it though, Charlie?
I
know
think,
that I'm being unbiased, of course.
Yeah, I think, like Talk said before, the AFCON will ruin them basically this season. I think they'll finish third. And then I think it's a 2-horse race between us and Chelsea for the title, to be honest. I just, after Ollie's, how he did at United, just before he got sacked, I don't think they've had enough to push for the title. So I think it's a 2-horse race, really.
You know what? I completely agree. I hope it's going to be more teams involved in it at the end of the season. I really do. I hope it's not just two. But we'll see. We'll see. Let's move on then, I guess, to the next game. Actually, no, let's read out a few comments, right, guys? Niall Kane, evening, guys. Hope you're well. Big up, Niall. Fox's Focus, evening, everyone. Hope you're well. Be sure to subscribe and like the video, people. Fire in the disco. Cheers, mate.
Big up, Brad.
Evening, guys. Again, Liverpool are firing on all cylinders right now. They are, and I think I agree with Talk and Charlie that it could be between them two at the end of the season. I hope, like I say, a few more teams will, but we'll have to see. Next game then is, of course, where were we? Beg your pudding. Norwich and
pudding.
Beg your pudding. It was Norwich and Wolves, people. What did you make of this game? Sorry, I need to reshare it again. What did you make of the game? It was a 0-0, pretty boring, right?
Yeah, I mean, Wolves are in a good position at the moment in the table. This manager that they've got there, he seems to have some good ideas. He's got an half decent squad, but you know what? Is it going to be enough to propel them to any real high table finish? I don't see it. I think that they're yet to suffer a run of really bad defeats, in my opinion. Norwich under Dean Smith, look, they're not conceding goals. That's the key to that, isn't it? That's what Dean Smith's brought to the party there at Norwich. They've shored things up at the back, but again, you don't win games by just being tight at the back. You've got to be able to go forward and really threaten the opposition and get goals. So we'll wait and see on that.
You look at shots there, 14-5 on Wolves. It's not too bad.
On target though, 4.
I know, but more than Wolves though.
Yeah, but I mean, you know what? I mean, again, 4 shots on target. It depends about stats can be very misleading. It's about the quality of those shots. It's about the quality of the chances created. If it turns out that you go back and look at it and you go, actually, they've missed 4 absolute sitters, then you're like, yeah, okay then. But I don't think that was the case. You know what I mean?
Does it not mean that maybe, Charlie, does that not mean though that 14 shots, they don't usually shoot that much in games because they're so overwhelmed by other teams, that they're at least getting into positions now under Dean Smith where they can actually try and give it a chance?
Yeah, I remember me and Talk watching a game just before Dean Smith got sacked. I think it was against Leeds, and Norwich were poor that game, and Leeds weren't even playing well and ended up winning that game, which doesn't normally happen with a team like Leeds, how poor they can be defensively.
Yeah, they really can be as well. 443 passes, 601, and the pass accuracy was 83-85. Yeah, I mean, boring game pretty much, right? I know everybody said it. I know everybody said it as well. So let's go on to the next game then, I guess, which was. Sorry, I'm doing it differently this week. It's taking me a little bit longer to do it. A really good game again for Steven Gerrard.
Well, that's what I was going to mention before. That's why I stopped.
2-1.
What I said. Yeah, sorry. What I said about Newcastle, about it's going to take you 5 or 6 games or so. And I was about to say, however, when you look at what Gerrard's done coming into Villa, whoosh, it's back-to-back wins now. And Palace are no pushovers. There's not,
Yeah, definitely
so
not.
I think it's a great result for Aston Villa, and I think he's I think he's come in to Aston Villa and he's really done a great job. He's done a really great job. So, I mean, I know it's only 2 games, but at the end of the day, 6 points from 2 games for a new manager is very impressive.
It is, Charlie, right?
Yeah, definitely, and especially Sellers Park. That's a very tough place to go. You see many good teams disappointing there. Liverpool.
Yeah.
Look, Crystal Palace as well, guys. I mean, they've been on a very good run recently, I think, and it's amazing from them and what Patrick Vieira is doing. It's unfortunate they lost 2-1. Still a close battle, right?
Yeah, but I know it 2-1. It might seem like a close game, but you see Palace's goal, 95th minute. I'm assuming that was the very last kick of the game. So maybe the score doesn't represent how the game actually went, but I couldn't tell you, to be honest.
But
No.
I think the thing is I did say, I think you might remember Charlie, on Stephen's channel a while back when Vieira actually got the job, or was the rumours of him getting a job, and I said, you know what, I can see him doing a good job there, because he seems like the type of guy that, obviously, he understands football and knows what it's all about, but he's got something about him that I just had the feeling that, you know what, players would play for him because he's got some, you know, this kind of personality that you could easily warm to, you know, something likable about Patrick Vieira, and that's coming from a Man United fan, right? Which there is. I do a lot. I respect him highly, and I think, you know what.
Gerrard.
Say that again.
Would you say the same for Gerrard coming as a Man United fan?
Of course I would. You got to do. Of course you would. You got to. You got to be. Listen, Gerrard was absolutely amazing player. Was he as good as Paul Scholes? No, he wasn't. That argument's been had many times, and it's always failed. He was a great player for Liverpool. He was, you know, he did what he did for England, etc. But you know what? You have to give credit where credit's due and respect these. As much as we hate Liverpool, you know, I'm never gonna be stupid enough to sort of not give credit where credit's due when it comes to Liverpool's players, because again, as it stands at the moment, you know, they are still the only team to stand next to Manchester United in terms of what's been won, and I'll, you know, etc. So, of course, you have to give them respect and credit. Doesn't mean you like them, though, does it? You know.
Yeah.
Agreed. Next game then, another bloody 0-0.
Yeah.
I guess Graham was a little bit disappointed with this 0-0 because he got a lot of stick, I think, from the fans, didn't he?
Yeah,
I was just going to say that. I mean, Leeds, for me, I don't know why they're struggling so much. I mean, I know they need a few, about 2 or 3 signings, really, realistically, but even still, against Brighton, I mean, Brighton, again, we said it time and time again, give them a great striker, and these finishes, these chances that they're creating will get put in the back of the net. But for the fans of Brighton to be booing Graham Potter when they're 8th in the league, and what sort of expectations have these guys got? Are they crazy? Look, cast your mind back just like a couple of seasons. You know, he was absolutely nowhere. And this guy's coming. He's got you playing excellent football. So for whatever fans, area of the fans that were booing him, they should take a step back and look at themselves in the mirror and say to themselves, wait a minute, what the fuck are we doing here? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I think he's doing a fabulous job, and I think he's a fantastic manager. For Leeds' point of view, I think Leeds would be the more disappointed team, considering how Leeds play. You know, I think Leeds would have been expecting to come away from that game with the points. But, you know, Charlie?
Yeah, I've just had a look at Leeds starting 11, and few players were out of position, to be honest. Patrick Bamford was out injured, so Daniel James was playing in the false 9. Calvin Phillips had to play in centre-back, and Diego Llorente, who's normally a centre-back, was playing at right-back. So I didn't watch the game, to be honest, because I was out, but it seems like it was a good result for Leeds, just looking at those lineups.
Yeah, possibly the case. So, well, what do you think, Matt?
Leeds are getting a little bit better, I'd say. Brighton are falling, like we've said in previous vlogs talk. So I think our Nostradamus sort of predictions have been right. I think it was just expected to be a 0-0. To be fair, this one, even if it was 2-2, I still think it would have been quite a boring game. It shouldn't be like that. I think Morpay isn't on form at the moment, and I think then probably Brighton need to look at a goal scorer. Don't you think?
Yeah,
They do.
definitely.
They do need a striker because, like I say, they create a lot of chances. They play good football. It's again also, you know what? So Graham Potter, as it stands, he's done the first bit, which is it's like dressing up a sheep in wolf's clothing, because he's got them doing the first bit right about the football, but then also now, not only do they need a striker, but they also need to now start to think like a big club. They have to start thinking, changing their whole philosophy, their whole mentality of what they're about if they're to sustain this. Because if they don't do that part, eventually the clothes are going to start slipping off, and we're going to see the sheep underneath, and go, yeah, wait a minute, you're not what we thought you were, And at the end of the day, that's a real risk for Brighton, because I think it's only a matter of time before Graham Potter gets plucked, from that club for I say bigger club. No disrespect to Brighton, because you know what, I suppose they're a big club, but you know what, I think there are bigger clubs waiting in the wings to take Graham Potter, if I'm honest with
you. Yeah.
I completely agree. I did say England manager maybe one day.
Possibly.
Maybe that's Southgate.
Maybe it's I do think he'd be better than Southgate. So we get on to Sunday's games now. We've got a few more left. If you're watching, please do help us out. Smash like, subscribe. It means so much. We'll read out comments after this game. So put in your comments as well, everybody, by the way. Your player of the weekend, who impressed you the most? Type it in the comments, and we'll talk about it at the end. 1-0 to Brentford. Look, Brentford getting back in form again against an Everton team that are struggling. Rafa Benitez, again, another manager under fire by the fans. Great penalty from King Tony as well, looking straight at the goalkeeper, and he made it look so easy. Didn't he? Like what a great goal from him! Like,
it takes a lot of nerve to do that. It really just takes a lot of nerve. So you know what that equals? Confidence. So you have to credit the manager for that. You have to credit his teammates for that. He's so full of confidence, this kid. And you know what? I mean, yeah, great result for Brentford.
Look at the ball, is he?
No, we've said it many times about Brentford, about how we know what Brentford are all about. They can do most things and do most things well. The only problem they've got is they can leave themselves exposed at times on certain areas of the pitch, which is a real problem for them in previous games. However, Everton were just not in any way. Everton, I said it last time, Matt. Do you remember when I said when Lauren was on? This Everton and Benitez is a total mismatch. It's a total mismatch. And again, they failed to and it's only a matter of time now before Benitez goes, you know what? I'm wasting my time here. He's got to, in my opinion, it was a crazy decision for him to take the job in the first place. But I suppose how could you turn down, like, whatever, let's say 5 or 6 million quid if someone's waving it under your nose? You're not going to say no. He took it on, in my opinion, he took this on a whim. He took it on it's worth a chance. Why not? Give it a shot. We'll give it a shot. I don't think he ever went in there with any kind of real kind of belief that he was going to go in there and turn Everton into any kind of top 4 team or anything like that. No chance. Everton are in, they're so, they've got no shock absorbers, let's say that. So they're bouncing all over the gaff. They're just all over the shop. They can't get all these crazy appointments they've made from Koeman to Ancelotti. It's all wrong. They need to really, really reset themselves and have a good look at what they're doing, what their ambition is as a club. You cannot just keep throwing money at managers who you think, because they've got a pedigree, they're going to do the trick for us. It doesn't work like that. Look at Man United. Christ. It just doesn't work like that. So big up to Brentford. Well done on beating Everton, but Everton seriously need to get their act together, because they're not doing very well.
It's also King Tony's first Premier League goal at the new ground. So that was him.
King Tony.
They call him King Tony, don't they? That's what they call him.
All right, okay. Right, yeah, that's fair enough.
They called him that, yeah, because they were saying that he's a king, like he's the king of Brentford. So yeah, what do you make of the game, Charlie?
Just looking at the stats at the bottom, it looks like Everton had more more chances, but Benitez just isn't working for them at the moment. They're quite low in the table, I believe. Let me just check that. I believe they're around 13th or 14th. Yeah, they're in 14th, and they've only won one of their last 10 matches in all competitions, so it isn't going well for Benitez at the moment.
Oh, Charlie, I think Newcastle will snatch the hand off of Benitez, though, wouldn't he, for that place at the moment?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
He'd definitely bite it off. But I mean, look, Brentford are doing all right, aren't they, though, Charlie? I mean, good to see another team coming up to the Championship, shocking a few people.
Yeah. It's they had a good start to the season. They fell off a bit, and then hopefully they're getting back up, but not just before they play City, please.
Oh, I hope there's going to be a good result there for Brentford. Don't you, Talk?
Sorry, if you say that again, I didn't hear that. What you said. Sorry.
Brentford are playing City soon, I believe. So.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Well, look. I mean, yeah. No, this is where again. Now it's just going to be a decision upon the manager how he approaches this game. If they go into this game trying to press City and trying to put themselves about, they're going to get absolutely torn to pieces. However, if they actually play the counter attack well, and press in the right areas at the right time, and I want to say that, I mean, you know what? This is why the Gengen press and other types of press is works so well under managers that understand it. Is you've got to understand when to press and when not to press, and in what areas. There's no point in because if you press in the wrong area of the pitch and the ball's released and then you're outnumbered and it goes to another area of the pitch where you've not been concentrating on, and you've got a great player in Manchester City, you've got time and space on the ball, one good pass and that's you're in trouble. Bang. So, you know what? From Brentford's point of view here, they've got to go into this game, in my opinion, trying to keep themselves really disciplined, press City at the right moments in the right areas, half spaces, etc., them kind of areas where City, that's where a lot of the danger comes from, because they've treated, you know what they do, they're getting behind you, they'll go wide. So the half spaces are going to be key, in my opinion. I think Brentford have got enough if they were to stay central, but it's that wide spaces, So what do? Do you press, how high up the pitch are you going to press Manchester City? Not too high up, because like I said, you're going to leave tons of space. You're going to get outnumbered 2-on-1, and boom, they'll get in behind you. So I think this manager of Brentford is more than clever enough, though, to be able to give City a game if he picks the right formation. The right formation and the right tactics against them. But I think inevitably you would have to back City to get the points out of this.
You would, wouldn't you? I agree. Yeah. And we are going to talk about Man City right now and their game yesterday against West Ham. But shout out a few comments. Devils United, big up Matt, Talk MU and Charlie. Big up. I said that Gerrard effect would continue. They will make for an entertaining challenge for City. I can see a high scoring game, a 4-2 Man City.
Interesting.
All I want to see really is a Jack Grealish goal at Villa Park. That'd be nice.
Yeah, well, you know what, Charlie, he won't hesitate. If he gets his opportunity, he's going to take it, and he won't celebrate. He won't celebrate, but you can't hold that against him.
No, you can't. Talk MU. Hi everyone. Big up Talk. Big up Talks. Big up Talks. So
big up Solo.
Big up guys. Big up the Man United journey. Go check them out. I think they're live right now, so maybe move to them. Maybe close to the 700. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Mate, thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody. If we do get to that, that'd be great. It won't be tonight though. Christmas though, I think before Christmas that'd be great. Let's move on to the next game, which was your team, Charlie. Would you like to start off and let us know how you thought this game went, apart from the snow and how well the groundskeepers did at half time? Well, that was the main point of the game, but
First of all, it was freezing cold, so I weren't happy to start with. My feet felt like they were going to fall off. But the game started well. We were on top for the first half. Then, with about 20 minutes to play the half, snow started falling down heavily. And I think we just adapted to the conditions better. We scored a goal about 10 minutes before half time through Gundogan. And then we just strolled the second half. Scored a late goal with Fernandinho. That basically wrapped up the game. But then a late goal for West Ham with Lanzini. It was a good goal as well, to be fair to him. It was basically the last kick of the game, though, so it weren't that bad.
Yeah, it was in off the post, wasn't it, from Lanzini, right at the end. Could have changed up the game if it was a little bit earlier, possibly. Talk, what do you make of this result for Man City? Another great win for them in the snow.
Yeah, I mean, West Ham, look, I think, I did mention it earlier in Charlie's stream in the chat that, they are still in the process of kind of, evolving, shall we say, under Moyes' second spell. And I think they're good. They're only going to improve. West Ham. They're going to improve. They're going to keep getting better as long as David Moyes is there and he keeps his squad fresh and uninjured. But again, it was never going to be an easy game for them against Manchester City there. So, you know what? As much as they often puffed, it was. I think it was a bit of a stroll, really, in the end for City. They're just too good.
Yeah.
It was, wasn't it? Yeah, and look, unfortunate for West Ham as well. I think they can bounce back. I think they've got quite a hard run of fixtures, I think, coming up. So
yeah, I was speaking to a couple of West Ham fans earlier today, and they said they got Brighton, who were normally their bogey team, in the week, and then they've got Chelsea at the weekend. So it's not getting much easier. And Ogbonna's got injured in that Liverpool game a couple of weeks ago, and he's been out for the last couple of weeks. He's one of West Ham's most important players.
Well, yeah, difficult for them. Maybe they'll get it through. Well done to David Moyes anyway, doing a great job. Keep it up, and the West Ham players. Let's look at this game. This is exciting. Great return for Ranieri at the Leicester City ground. Great result from them. Vardy yet again at his age, doing things, doing numbers. Couldn't imagine it. He was playing non-league football, like
I know,
crazy, and now he's like winning goal scorer of the year, or Premier League goal scorer of the year. It's amazing.
Premier League title winner as well a couple of years now.
FA Cup. I mean, crazy.
Isn't he the only player in history or something like that to play in every single round of the FA Cup? Something like
that. And win it.
Yeah.
Talk. What do you make of the result?
Again, you would have favoured Leicester City before the game anyway. Surely.
Yeah.
I mean, Watford are, they're not the best, to be fair to them. So I'm not surprised, to be honest. The conditions. I remember I put it on for a little bit just to watch, but I was watching. I was like, the conditions were like, what the bloody hell? I thought, I can't watch that. It's just crazy. It was just, I can't enjoy football when it's like that. I just can't. So I stopped watching it. Yeah, like I say, you can't really. You wouldn't have backed Watford, surely, in that game.
No.
So it's not a surprise, if I'm honest. I think Leicester are streets ahead of Watford. So yeah, it's not a surprising result at all.
It's not, is it? I definitely thought Leicester were going to win 4-2. It's good for Brendan Rodgers as well, after all the stuff that's been going on in the media with him recently. Is he staying? Is he going? And the fans sort of saying they're unhappy with the way he's playing recently. I think they'll be delighted with a 4-2 win, don't you think, mate?
Of course, yeah. They needed to pick up 3 points just to remind themselves, look, this is we know what we're capable of. We can do this. It's just a bit of a. I think the whole Man United saga around Brendan Rodgers didn't help, but now that's gone away. They should be now settled and get their heads down. I don't think they're going to be in any kind of trouble at all. Leicester going forward for the end of the season. So, whether they can get top 4 has always been a big question, hasn't it, around Leicester? With Brendan, because he's failed a few times. So, you know what? we'll see what happens this season, but I still don't believe they've got enough to finish top 4, if I'm honest. But you know what? They're a decent club. They're a good club in terms of the owners. The owners are great. You know what they do for the local community and everything else. They don't really need to sell players. They've got enough money. So I don't see why Leicester need to be in any kind of big rush. You know, they are, like I say, Premier League winners, FA Cup winners. So they're not. I don't see Leicester at any point panicking, because as long as they're in and around that top 4 space, you know, and consistently getting a European spot, whether it be Europa or the Champions League, I think they should be, and I think they will be very content with that. You know?
Yeah, I agree, mate. Last but not least, the last game, we're going to finish up after this.
Yes.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Subscribe, share, like if you can. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you get more views on the back feed. But 1-1, mate. Surprised about this talk. I mean, I was surprised to get a 1-1, but I think tactically, again, made the right decisions for Man United. Not sure about Ronaldo being on the bench. I know people are 50-50, skeptical on that. But Talk, what did you make of this result?
Yeah, look, the Ronaldo thing. Firstly, I just think it was you have to make a decision there. You know what? Again, I always work on numbers. The numbers game. Just think about what were the risks in starting Ronaldo. Okay, yeah, the stats say he's going to put the ball in the net if he gets the chances. But look at what Chelsea, they told us what they were going to do before the game started. Not going to let us play, so they were going to be all over us. That was always going to be difficult then to feed whoever was going to be up front. So why take out a number from our front pressing 3 and then cause ourselves a problem even more? So for me, it was a right decision from Michael Carrick. I really think it was the right decision to do that. You know, Cristiano obviously quite clearly wasn't happy about it at the end. But, I mean, I wasn't surprised by the result, if I'm honest, because I said 2-0 United. But then, and the reason why I said that was because the Villarreal game, the way we performed mostly in the first half, right, that's exactly what we needed against Chelsea, was that kind of block and break. You know, I'll call it block and break. And so we did that effectively. We got in their faces, we caused them problems. They didn't like it. We upset them. We forced them into making early decisions they didn't want to make. They had a few shots here and there, but they didn't really create anything of any real major quality. Timo Wonky Werner, he's got a foot like a sheriff's badge. Couldn't hit a cow's ass with a banjo. So, you know what? The last hope was to bring on Lukaku. Didn't work out for them, because you know what Lukaku's all about. You know what I mean? So, it's, for me, I'm disappointed. I'll take the point. Of course I will, but I just thought, you know, we could have got more out of that game, and Fred was absolutely magnificent. Scott McTominay was decent. Bruno was pretty crap. But them two, Scott and McTominay, I thought were great, you know, doing what they did. Fred's decision
Scott
at the
and
end.
McTominay.
Sorry, Scott and Fred, sorry. Yeah. At least I'm just checking if you're paying attention, Charlie, while you're stuffing your face. Fred and McTominay, I thought they played really well, and so
24
like
shots to 3.
Yeah, but I mean, how many were on target?
6 out of 24. That's poor.
Yeah, that's 6 on target. But you know what? David De Gea had a decent game, and like I say, Fred's decision at the end, if he felt that was the best decision for him in that moment, then you can't knock it, because if he'd have scored, yay, it's Freddie scored a goal, we've won. Or if he'd have played it off and it had got intercepted, or he'd have played it off, somebody would have took a shot and somebody come across and blocked it, then would have been going, why didn't you shoot? So at the end of the day, he made the right decision, in my opinion. It just didn't work out. But overall, yeah, I'm pleased to take a point off the so-called team that's going to win everything, because they're not that good. If they can't, listen, I've got to say this about Chelsea. If they cannot beat a team that has got no midfield control whatsoever, you ain't going to win. You ain't winning shit. End of.
What do you make about the result, Charlie?
Looking at the stats, it looks like Chelsea dominated the game. I don't know if that represents the game or not. You can't always look at stats, but Jorginho had an absolute clanger and scored. So he went from 0 to hero, really, for Chelsea.
Yeah.
But you mean hero to 0?
Yeah, that's what you meant. Yeah. not the other way around.
What is it? I think Matt's been putting some kind of really mad like frequency out that's making us like say things the wrong way around, Charlie. You know what I mean? Hello, yeah, he's up to something, isn't he?
Like that man.
No, I mean,
go on.
He is. Listen, Jorginho. I mean, what a plum. Why would you do that? Don't dick about like that. Just make sure you get your back to the player who's coming right up towards you. That's what you should have done, and then bring it down and pass it to Mendy. But no, he thinks he's cool. He thinks he's great. The Ballon d'Or's coming up. He thinks he's going to win it.
He's finished third. I mean? That's confirmed. He's finished third.
Oh, good. Shouldn't even get fucking third.
Kante fifth.
All right.
Let me just get them all up. I'll go through the Premier League players quickly. Carry on.
Well, while you're doing that, we are going to wrap it up. But before we do, we are trying to look at what he's looking up. But we're also going to ask you who your favourite Premier League player was at the weekend. Talk. You first, mate.
Fred. Yeah, it was Fred. It was absolutely sensational. He was busy. He worked hard. He full of heart. Absolutely great and critical interceptions, breaking play up. Yeah, he was brilliant. Fred was absolutely brilliant. So for me, it's got to be Fred.
What about you, Charlie? Who was your player of the
For City, I'd say Gundogan, but overall, I'd go James Maddison because he got 1 goal and 2 assists in that game against Watford. So I'll just say Maddison.
Okay, cool. I'm going to say Jota for Liverpool, having a great game again. I hate to say it, but it's just the player that at the moment that seems to be being all the hype in the Premier League. You know, probably the best buy in the last year. So yeah, that's it for me. What about you in the comments there? I know this is Lucas come in. We are going to finish up now. Your favourite Premier League player of the weekend? Nobody's put theirs in the comments, but we have got Bath Time with Vaughan. Hello, everyone.
Yeah. Big up Bath Time. How you doing, pal? Big up Luca.
He says, I was delighted with an away point and really pleased with everyone's performance except for Rashford and AWB.
Well, I think I was expecting when he made the switch, I was expecting Rashford to come off, but he didn't. And Wan-Bissaka, I mean, that interception though, we got to admit, was sensational from Wan-Bissaka to get across like that, nick of time. You know what I mean? Boom, it's great.
He also says, I think we'd had a much better chance with Martial on for Rashford and anyone at right back from the crowd.
I think I was expecting. I thought Lingard would have come on for Rashford, if I'm honest. Not Martial. I thought he might have given Lingard a shout there, you know. But yeah, it just didn't pan out that way, did it?
No. Big up Luca, and he actually gives us 2 players. He says and Rudiger for their glorious misses.
Well, yeah, I mean, like I say, that chance at the end for Rudiger, it's like your heart stopped beating for a second, you know, but then boom, blazed it right over the bar. It was, yeah, could have been a moment of glory for him, couldn't it? But you know what? Wasn't to be, was it?
No, it wasn't to be.
Tommy Tickle ends up going away with just a point.
Tommy Tickle.
Wonky Werner and Tommy Tickle. Tell you what, it's not going to be the last bad result we see from Chelsea this season, because I'm telling you right now, and I said it early on, they ain't winning the league. It ain't happening. And they ain't winning the Champions League either. So, you know what? How long has Tuchel got left realistically if they don't get anywhere close to any of them two? Not much longer, I would say.
No.
You know what? That will have hurt him, that result, because he would have been more than confident that he was. And then when he put his last throw of the dice on, with Lukaku, he thought, yeah, this is what we need to do. Lukaku will get us the goal. We'll see this off, and that'll be the end of that.
Lukaku.
But no, didn't work.
Lukaku. I know, didn't play. Luckily, he didn't. We're wrapping it up there now. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Lauren will be back, hopefully Thursday, if not Sunday, and we can get the ball rolling once again. But we've been doing great vlogs since as well. So thank you, Charlie and Talk, for coming in. Talk, you always here as well. Charlie, thank you for coming in this time. Charlie, where can we find you? Dugout Daily, mate.
You can find me scoffing pizza. You can also find me at MCFC Hibs on Twitter and Dugout Daily on YouTube live at 9:30. Should be a good stream.
Brilliant, Charlie. Thank you. Make sure everybody go check out Dugout Daily on YouTube and subscribe. And what pizza you got there, mate? What's the toppings?
Pepperoni. You love to see it.
Come on,
Good
Charlie.
point.
It's got to be pepperoni on it, mate. If you're having a pizza,
Oh,
pal. It's either for me. It's either pepperoni or meat feast, and anything else. And if I ever see anybody having pineapple anywhere in their pizza, I don't know what I'll do. That's against the
will
law.
hands be thrown?
I got one the other night.
Don't tell me, Matt. Like because if you tell me right now you have pineapple on a pizza, I ain't coming on your channel anymore, bro.
I don't mind it. I don't.
Oh, mate, no. Charlie,
not?
what did you say? What did you say, Charlie? Look, there you go. Just look at Charlie. Look.
There's no such
criminal
thing
offence,
as something doesn't belong. It's either you like it on there or you don't. It's not about
Matt,
it.
you've had an absolute mare. What are you doing?
Trust me, I love. That's why they call it Hawaiian, man.
No.
Shit. No.
Yeah, Hawaiian. Would you put pineapple on a pizza? That's what it should be. It's horrible, mate. It's
Why on
horrible.
earth? Or why on earth would you do that?
Yeah,
You won't put a bloody tangerine on a pizza, so why are you putting pineapple on a pizza?
Yeah, it's not good, bro. It's not.
You
You know
ever
what?
had it before?
Pineapple juice
Yes.
is quality. And it's like, do you know another thing I can't stand? You know, you get like them curry, you get a curry like from somewhere, and they don't tell you they put fucking raisins in it. And you're like, oh, no way, man. Don't do it. Don't put
I hate
fruit
bread.
spice.
I hate bread with fruit in it, mate. I don't like bread.
Oh, no. I don't mind bread with fruit in it.
Oh.
Like, yeah, I don't mind that. I'll tell you what, do you know the ultimate, right? You can get them from the supermarket. It's fruit tarts. So you get like your little pastry, short crust pastry, with a creme patissiere at the bottom, and then fresh fruit bundled up over the top, and a nice clear glaze over the top of this, like, I don't know what it is. It's like a sweet gelatin glazy thing, and it's just absolutely sensational. What's that? Breaking. Lionel Messi has won the Ballon d'Or. Lewandowski comes second. No way. I thought Lewandowski was going to take it.
Jesus. Messi won it again.
Oh, well. How many has he got now then, Charlie? Has he outdone Ronaldo?
So 7. 7.
He's outdone Ronaldo, yeah.
Oh, dear. Ronaldo won't be happy.
You know, that's the French awards, though. Doesn't necessarily mean that's what everybody
I got the full rankings here if you want them.
Go on, then. Put them up then. While we're here,
Just quickly, we've not got all day. So 30 were nominated, joint 29th, Azpilicueta and Luka Modric. And then 3 were in 26th. Barella, Ruben Diaz, who's been robbed. I'm not happy about that. And Gerard Moreno, who scored in the Europa League final. Joint in 25th is Phil Foden. 24th is Pedri. 23rd, Harry Kane. Joint 21st is Lautaro Martinez and Bruno Fernandes. 20th is Riyad Mahrez. 19th, Mason Mount. 18th, Simon Kjaer. 17th, Luis Suarez. 16th, Neymar. 15th, Raheem Sterling. 14th, Leonardo Bonucci. 13th, Giorgio Chiellini. 12th, Lukaku. 11th, Haaland. 10th, Donnarumma. 9th, Mbappe. 8th, De Bruyne. 7th, Salah. 6th was Ronaldo. 5th, Kante. 4th, Benzema. 3rd, Jorginho. 2nd was Lewandowski, with Messi winning it.
Where was Ronaldo, you said?
6th.
Sixth.
What? Jorginho got above him?
Yeah.
And Kante got above. Well, Kante would have because of the Champions League and FA Cup. I not FA
Has Lewandowski even won one before?
No.
Crazy.
I think Messi come out and said that Lewandowski should probably win it. I think before this happened, he does think he should have probably won it. So it's one of those things, guys. We're going to wrap up. Everybody, thank you for tuning in. You didn't actually say where we can find you, so could you do that?
Oh, right. Sorry, yeah. Usual places, Twitter, the Man United agenda, and also on this channel here. Make sure you subscribe to this channel as well, and Charlie's, Dugout Daily. Big up.
And we got a new show hopefully soon, right, Talk?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, we're just working on another show, which is going to be quite entertaining and very educational.
Yes, it is indeed. It's very good, actually. Thumbnail's great for it. Very good. It is very good, and it will be cool. Everybody, see you later. Enjoy the rest of your week. We'll be back on. Actually, we're back on Wednesday for 2 shows. So we got United Across the Globe at 10 o'clock with Charlie hosting it. Marley, Charlie. He's back hopefully Wednesday night. And then I'm hosting Gunners from All Corners 7 o'clock Wednesday.
Nice.
Arsenal versus Man United versus Arsenal preview. So make sure you tune in for that. Until then, everybody, see you later. Bye bye.
Ciao.